What's up, guys? Today we're going to be discussing and predicting UFC Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines. We're going to be talking about UFC Fight Night, Sandhagen, Figueiredo. Overall, it's a pretty good card. Not as good as the Kansas card, in my opinion. Just a smudge short of the Kansas card, but still a good card on paper. Fuck Anthony Smith. Anyways, let's get right into it. Starting with a WMMA fight. Why do they always open with the freaking women's MMA fights? I'm going to go Ivana Petrovic, though. She's coming off of a loss, right? Isn't she coming off of a loss? Yeah, she's coming off of a loss. She's 7-2. Her opponent, I believe, has 3 losses in the UFC, that being Juliana Miller. It's women's MMA. Ivana's the favorite. That's all I got to say. On to the next one, Ivana by decision. Maybe a sub, maybe like a round 2 or 3 sub. The GOAT Dontel Mays versus the GOAT Thomas Petersen. You got MMA Joey here versus a Super YN. Oh, this is tough. Dontel Mays is coming off of a win, right? No, he's also coming off of a loss of Walter Walker. Wasn't that a sub? Didn't he get subbed by Walter Walker? That was a pretty good sub from Walter Walker, to be fair. Petersen's coming off of a loss of Mick Parkin. No, Shamil Gaziev. Okay. So Shamil Gaziev beat Thomas Petersen. He knocked him out. Mays got subbed. Okay, this is tricky. Thomas Petersen is not really good. I could just see Thomas Petersen winning this, actually. I was gonna say Dontel Mays, but I could actually see Thomas Petersen getting a really bad heavyweight decision. Just like one of those they robbed Dontel Mays, or just one of those close heavyweight decisions where it's just both guys look really bad and both guys gas out really quick. Jesus Christ. I'm dying. I'm going I'm going Thomas Petersen via split decision, 2-1 decision. I'm not really confident this is going to be a great fight. Gaston Bolanos versus Quang. Bantamweight. Quang is the underdog. He's coming off of a loss to Long Lee. I am Long Lee. And Gaston Bolanos is coming off of a win, to be fair. Last year, he's coming off of a win. 8-4. Pretty good finisher on the feet. Let's look at his record. 8-4. He lost to Marcus McGee. Beat Phillips. Lost to Marcus McGee. That's not bad. Marcus McGee's been on a bit of a winning streak. He just beat Jonathan Martinez, so that's not, but Martinez isn't the best. Quang Lee, he is, well, I don't know what happened to his first fight, but I'm going to go Gaston Bolanos. I think he's better on the feet, decent on the ground. Quang Lee is just, he's Vietnam's only fighter, and he's mid. So, no, I'm kidding. But, he is shit. Marina Rodriguez versus Gillian Robertson. I'll go Gaston Bolanos, by the way, via decision. Maybe decision or a first-round TKO. Marina Rodriguez, Gillian Robertson, another women's fight. Damn. Let me guess. Both women are coming off of losses. So, this chick lost to Yasmin Lucindo. Gillian Robertson lost to, who did she lose to? She lose to Pinheiro. Okay. Both of these women are pretty mid in terms of their MMA. I'm not talking about their looks. Both of these women are pretty mid at fighting, I should say. How do I pick this? How do I pick? I'll go Marina Rodriguez. I can just see Marina Rodriguez getting a close decision. I could see her out-grappling Gillian Robertson. Maybe a close sub attempt. Maybe Robertson has a moment in round 3 where she kind of rallies a little bit and maybe the crowd cheers. One of those kinds of fights. But It's going to be probably really boring. Grappling heavy for Marina Rodriguez. I got her to win. I don't know why she's the underdog, to be honest with you. I believe that means she's the underdog, right? Yeah. Why is she the underdog? She's higher ranked, and they're both like coming off of losses, but I'm going Marina Rodriguez. I don't really care about the odds or anything. Ryan Loder versus Azamat Bekoev. Look at Azamat Bekoev's face. Why does he look like that? He's coming off of a win. Didn't he get a knockout in his last fight? He did. He got a first-round KO. Yeah, I remember this guy. He looks like weird. His face is weird. Ryan Loder is coming off of a win against Robert Valentin. That's not bad. Robert Valentin's pretty solid. I remember this fight. This was last year in August. I'm pretty sure this guy was on the, I want to say the Contender Series. I'm pretty sure he beat Valentin in the Contender Series finals. I want to say it was the Contender Series, or is it Ultimate Fighter? It's the same shit. Ryan Loder, Azamat Bekoev. I'm going to go... Ryan Loder's a good grappler. He's a good grappler. He has a decent pace. It's not a good sign that his last fight was like last year, like early last year, whereas Bekoev fought pretty recently. First round KO. Loder's a decent grappler, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he's good enough to like hold someone down for a whole round. I'm gonna go Azamat Bekoev, to be honest, by first round knockout. I don't really rate Ryan Loder that highly. Again, decent grappler, but he's not Merab out here. He's not Khabib Nurmagomedov, and Azamat Bekoev has shown he's a tremendous striker so far. So I'm gonna go Azamat Bekoev, first round KO. Like 3 women's fights. Jeez, man. Miesha Tate, Yana Santos. I thought Miesha Tate retired. Yana Santos is coming off of a loss. Let me guess. Oh, she's coming off of a win against Chelsea Chandler last year in August. Her record is geez, man, her record is awful. Like she's a win one. She won in 2020. She won in 2021. She lost Aldana, Home, Rosa, and then beat Chelsea Chandler. So she beat her undefeated streak, I guess, in her last fight. But she's not good, as you can see. Miesha Tate. Let's go to Miesha Tate. She's coming off of a win. Last fight was in December of 2023. So she won and then decided to leave. That's weird. And she got a third round sub, to be fair. Murphy, she lost to. Vieira, she lost to. She's kind of a win-win, lose-one kind of person as well, especially at this stage of her career. I'm going to go. How do I pick? Miesha Tate last fought 2023. I don't know what she's been off doing. Like, I'm just going to go Yana Santos. Been a little bit more active. I don't know. Just is coming off of a win, so she has momentum. I know so is Miesha Tate, but that was like in 2023. I'll go. What this year has shown me is like if your last fight was in 2023, like honestly, unless you're like high level, I'm really not picking you. Krylov, last fight was in 2023, got knocked out first round. Like if you haven't been in the octagon for a while, you're not winning, I don't think. You know? Fiziev lost, but like he did look good, to be fair. Yeah, I don't trust somebody who last fought in freaking 2023. I'm sorry. So I'm going to go Yana Santos by a really terrible, boring decision. Here we go, main card, finally. All right. Pretty good main card, to be fair. Lil Heathen, Jeremy Stephens versus Mason Jones. This is the return of Jeremy Stephens. He's facing the return of Mason Jones as well. Jeremy Stephens is a big underdog here, it seems. He's a big underdog. I'm surprised that he's the underdog. Mason Jones is a great grappler. I know he got cut by the UFC, but he's been on... He lost to Ludovic Klein in 2022. He beat David Onama. I think he out-grappled David Onama in that fight really well. He's a good grappler. I don't know what happened with the Patrick fight, and then he lost to Mike Davis. So, not the best. You know, win-one, lose-one kind of guy. Jeremy Stephens, though, this is lightweight, by the way. I thought this was a featherweight fight, but it is a lightweight fight. Stephens got round one subbed by Mateusz Gamrot. Doesn't really age well. Lost to Cater in the second round via KO. Now, these were in 2021, 2022. Since then, he has been doing, bare knuckle boxing and so on and so forth. And he has been winning. He's been looking good. This is a tricky fight because Mason Jones is good. He's not bad. He's good. He has decent pressure, decent cardio. He's a good grappler. And Jeremy Stephens is one of these guys. He's only been doing striking. But why can't I see Jeremy Stephens knocking this guy out in the first round or something? Why? I've seen a lot of people pick Mason Jones. Fair, right? Of course, very fair. Something, man. Just something. It's the Green Goblin mask in me that is telling me to pick Jeremy Stephens. Excuse me. Sorry, man. I'm going to pick Jeremy Stephens. Maybe I just want Jeremy Stephens to win. I mean, I would prefer if he won. I believe this is a one-fight contract. I'm going Jeremy Stephens. I don't care. Who cares, right? I'm going Jeremy Stephens via early. I'm going to go what's his name? I'm going to go Jeremy Stephens round 1 KO. Fuck it. Who cares? Don't ask why. Don't ask how. Don't ask when and where. Fuck it. Just fuck it. Who cares, bro? Who cares? I'm going Jeremy Stephens round 1. I don't care anymore. I just don't even care. And then watch Mason Jones get a round. Bro, I don't care about my picks anymore. Just look at my picks on that Kansas card. Protest, I went with via a KO, and I'm done. I'm done caring about picks. I'm just gonna flip a coin now. I'm gonna flip a coin for the main event too. Watch. I'm gonna pick Sandhagen and Figueiredo's gonna win, or I'm gonna pick Figueiredo and Cameron Smotherman versus Serhi Sidey. Cameron Smotherman, he's a crafty vet. No, he's coming off of he's coming off of a win to the GOAT Jake Hadley. I want to be a UFC fighter. Now, that was a decision. I miss Jake Hadley, man. That was my guy. Jake Hadley. And Serhi Sidey is coming off of a win as well. November. He lost his debut, won his second fight last year via split, though. So 2 split decisions. This guy, he makes it close. 7 knockouts. He's 11-2. So, he only has 1 loss prior to the UFC. Then his second loss was in the UFC. Cameron Smotherman, his record, 12-4. 6 knockouts, 1 sub, 2 first rounds. Beat Jake Hadley. Beat Jake Hadley, the GOAT. Didn't Jake Hadley just win in the freaking PFL or something? Tricky fight. I'm going to go Cameron Smotherman, I guess. Younger guy. He's the underdog as well, by the way. Or maybe I think the minus is, no, the plus is the underdog, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how. I'm going Cameron Smotherman via decision. Striking is good enough. Grappling is good enough. This one's a bit tricky, but I don't know. I trust Cameron Smotherman. He's younger. I like the way he looked against Hadley, even though Jake Hadley's the GOAT and everything. I don't know. How do I pick this sport? Next fight should actually be really good. Montel Jackson versus Daniel Marcos. Ooh, jeez, I just banged my whole set. I'm gonna go. Daniel Marcos is coming off of that fight against Adrian Yanez. I didn't love the performance from Daniel Marcos. He's 17-0 though, which is really impressive. I didn't love the performance. He beat Castaneda, but it was a split. He has a lot of these splits where it's like Davy Grant he beat. That's a good win to be fair, but a split against Davy Grant. He's one of these guys that makes it close. He always makes it close. He doesn't really definitively win. Even against Yanez, he made it close at times, and he has a good chin though. Montel Jackson's coming off of a win against Damon Blackshear, which has aged pretty well actually since Blackshear's last fight. He's coming off of a win against that's not Ronnie Yaya, right? Is that Ronnie Yaya? Arce, Damn, he's on a 4-fight winning streak. Hold on. Miles John. That's not Miles John. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's on a 5-fight winning streak. Holy, wait a minute. Montel Jackson. How is he not only number 15 ranked then if he's on a 5-fight winning streak? Well, I guess he probably just got ranked. He's facing Daniel Marcos. He's a good striker. Montel Jackson is a good striker. He's got a good chin. He beat, again, Damon Blackshear. He beat him by a first-round knockout, by the way. He had 2 first-round KOs in his last 2 fights. Unanimous decisions. He's not. Yeah, I mean, he had a first-round KO in 2021. He's good. He's pretty good, man. Montel Jackson's a good striker. Only has 2 losses. He's on a 5-fight winning streak. 8 knockouts. 7 first-round KOs or first-round finishes. Daniel Marcos is good, but like 17-0, that just, it doesn't, like, yeah, but out of context, that's like, oh, 17-0, but like in context, like he's had like 5 split decisions in his UFC career against names that he shouldn't be having split decisions. Like, yeah, Davy Grant, that's a good win, but split, and then Giannis, a split with Giannis, really? After what just happened to Giannis against, who did Giannis just face? He just faced somebody, didn't he? And he got like pieced up. I don't remember. He faced somebody recently, right? Nonetheless, but that fight was okay. But my point is, Daniel Marcos is he's good, but he's not great. And I think Montel Jackson is pretty freaking great. So I'm going to go with Montel Jackson via decision. I could see this being a war, to be honest. I could see this being a really good back and forth. Or it could be boring, to be fair, because Daniel Marcos, again, his problem is that he doesn't go for it. And I feel like Montel Jackson, he tries to finish you. He tries to get you out of there. But Marcos has a good chin. He has a great chin. He has a Hispanic chin. I can't see him getting knocked out. But I could see this being a pretty good back and forth. Hopefully, at least. I could see it being a bit of a war. I'm still picking Montel Jackson. Maybe 29-28 or 30-27. Maybe Marcos could win the first round, but Jackson's got this one, I think. I trust Montel Jackson to win this. He's very, very good. 5-fight winning streak is insane at bantamweight, Really, really impressive. He's not like it's a heavyweight or a light heavyweight. At bantamweight, that's pretty impressive. So Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Daniel Rodriguez. Ponzinibbio is coming off of a win. He is coming off of a win. Did he get a knockout? No, actually, yeah, he did. He got a 3rd-round KO. Split with Muslim Salikov. Not bad. Did get KO'd by Kevin Holland, but only in the last round. So he did decent in that fight. I remember him doing okay in that fight. I remember that being like an early stoppage, I want to say. I could be wrong. Now, Rodriguez is also coming off of a win against Alex Morono, a split. Lost to Kevin Gaston, not the best look. KO'd by Ian Gary, guys. And then subbed by Neil Magny. Oh, my God. Who do you guys think I'm going for, bro? D-Rod. Shout out to D-Rod, man. He's cool. But I'm going Santiago Ponzinibbio. Not only I think I trust his striking a little more and his power at this stage, but his grappling is still pretty good. And I think his chin is not bad. I know Kevin Holland chinned him, but his chin is not bad. His power is good. I know D-Rod has a great chin, but then again, Ian Gary KO'd you, so... And Ian Gary's proven his power isn't that elite, so... But maybe he also went for it more back then. Now, this current version of Ian Gary is more safe, Israel Adesanya type of fighter. Nonetheless, I'm going Ponzinibbio. I could see Ponzinibbio stopping D-Rod. I could actually see like a round 2 KO for Santiago Ponzinibbio or like a round 2 TKO. You never know. It could be one of those, but I trust Ponzinibbio. I trust him more than current D-Rod, who's losing to Gastelum and getting subbed by Neil Magny and stuff. I just don't. I know that was like 2 years ago, but I just don't trust D-Rod. And Ponzinibbio's looked all right recently, so he looked all right in the Kevin Holland fight, so... And he just got a 3rd-round KO in his last fight. I trust Ponzinibbio to win. Maybe a round 2 KO. Maybe just a bit of a old man decision for your boy Ponzinibbio. Now, these last 2 fights are freaking really, really great. Co-main event, Reinier de Ridder versus Bo Knuckle. Oh, man, this fight is extremely hard to pick, in my opinion. Because you have a guy, Reinier de Ridder, who is looked really good in his last 2 fights. Didn't look the best against GM3, but GM3's a GOAT. Looked really great against Kevin Holland. Like, just immediately takes him down, immediately subs him. Like, almost immediately. Whereas Bo Nickal's the opposite, right? Bo Nickal, and by the way, Reinier de Ridder, didn't he, like, KO GM3? Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to just check real quick. Real quick. It's not loading. It's not loading. It's not loading. It's not loading. What do you guys want me to do? It's not loading. But I know it's literally not loading. There's nothing I can do. None of them are loading. Okay. Reinier de Ridder. Let's just assume he looked decent at times against GM3. It was a bit of a goofy performance, but it was his debut. You could chalk that up to debut jitters. I'm still trying to click it. It's not working. Nonetheless, I think Reinier de Ridder is gonna beat Bo Nickal in his last fights, right? The Paul Craig fight didn't go for any grappling. Why? I have no idea. I know he's trying to be comfortable on the feet. He's trying to get used to being on the feet. But, bro, like, now it loads. Now it loads an hour later. Okay, the UFC website is shit, man. All right, fuck it. GM3. He subbed GM3. That's even better. He subbed GM3 in the 3rd round. He dropped GM3, though. I'm 90% sure he dropped GM3. He subbed GM3 in the 3rd round. He subbed Kevin Holland in the 1st round. Like, he's a great submission specialist, man. 19-2. Look at his face. He looks so goofy. He's a weird one because he was a 2-division champion in like 1 FC, but it's 1 FC. But it's still decently impressive, I guess. This shit is not loading. That's still decently impressive. Bo Nickal, I haven't liked the way he's looked in his last couple of fights. I really haven't. I'm stuck on Reinier de Ridder. I'm not editing any of this shit out. If you guys made it this far and you guys are seeing this, let me know. Comment RDR or some shit. I don't know. Make sure you guys like and sub. But nonetheless, and become a member. Reinier de Ridder, I think he's going to win this one. I actually do, man. Bo Nickal, man. He really grinded out a sub against Cody Brundage, I want to say. Like, he eventually got the sub, but it wasn't really great. Like, I think he should have destroyed Cody Brundage. And to take Cody Brundage to, the 2nd or 3rd round and struggle with Cody Brundage. And Cody Brundage was a bit wild in that fight, and it threw Bo Nickal off a little bit, which was smart. The website has literally just crashed. Okay, we are back. The website legitimately crashed on me. This is the first time that's ever happened. Bo Nickal. I was saying about Bo Nickal. I don't want to crash it again, but fuck. All right. Bo Nickal. Cody Brundage. He subbed Cody Brundage in the 2nd round. Cody Brundage was the guy he was supposed to run through, honestly. Let's start from the beginning because I think his record is not like, okay, he beat Jamie Pickett is his name? Who, right? Not who, but yeah, he beat Jamie Pickett. He kneed him in the balls, by the way, and then he subbed him in the 1st round. And if you look at it, his wins are progressively as the harder his comp gets, literally look at it. The harder his comp gets, the worse his wins are. Then he beats Val Woodburn, 1st round KO. Cool, right? Val Woodburn, it was literally a short notice debut for Val Woodburn. He had the 1st round jitters. He fought like he had jitters. And Bo Nickal, he destroyed him on the feet. Cool. Cody Brundage, he takes to a 2nd round and he subs him. And then Paul Craig, I thought that was an awful fight. And yeah, oh my God, this website. Yeah, he beats Paul Craig, but it wasn't it wasn't one of those nobody does that to Paul Craig type performances. It was a pretty standard Bo Nickal it was a pretty standard fight. It was just a standard fight. And yeah, what the fuck is he going to do to Reinier? What is he going to do to I'm picking Reinier de Ridder via 30-27. I'm going to break it down for you guys. let's talk about on the feet. What is he going to do to Reinier de Ridder on the feet? I don't think he's going to knock him out. Reinier de Ridder has a great chin, and Reinier de Ridder is not a Val Woodburn, right? Who's like some debut guy from the regionals. Reinier de Ridder has a good chin. And yeah, didn't he get dropped by GM3? I'm pretty sure he did get dropped by GM3. But he has a good chin, and he's a middleweight size guy too. Like, he's the biggest guy Bo Nickal has faced, by the way. Maybe except Paul Craig, but it's Paul Craig, who cares, right? He's washed. What is he going to do to him on the feet? I don't think Bo Nickal is great on the feet. He still fights like somebody who's like scared of getting punched in the face. He really does. He fights kind of safe on the outside. Like, I'm just going to kind of, he still fights like somebody. And obviously I get it, right? Like, he's not been doing boxing his whole life like some of these other guys in this on this card. He's been doing wrestling where you're used to not getting hit in the face at all. But I don't know, man. I trust Reinier de Ridder to have a little bit more comfortability. I mean, on the ground, what is he going to do to Reinier de Ridder? Is he going to sub him? I can't see that at all. I can't see him subbing Reinier de Ridder, a guy who's literally a really good submission specialist. Sub guys like GM3 and Kevin Holland. And you're going to say it's only GM3 and Kevin Holland. Those wins have aged well. Well, more so the Kevin Holland win, because he just beat a grappler in his last fight. The GM3 win, I mean, GM3 did just lose his last fight, but still, GM3 is the GOAT. My point is, I got to stop eating before recording. On the ground, I can't see what Bo Nickal could do to Reinier. He's not going to be stronger than him. He's not going to have a physicality advantage. He wasn't ragdolling Cody Brundage, and he didn't even try to grapple with Paul Craig. Whereas I think Reinier de Ridder is not a Paul Craig. He's not going to allow it to be a striking fight. He's going to try to take down Bo Nickal. And I trust Reinier de Ridder to get a takedown on Bo Nickal than I do Bo Nickal to get a takedown on Reinier de Ridder. I really do. Strength-wise, I got RDR. I think he's got more strength. More experience. He's been in another promotion. I was in the UFC. He's fought on a pay-per-view. He's fought in the Apex. He's got that experience, He really does. He's good on the feet. He's goofy and but Bo Nickal ain't. Who's Bo Nickal knocked out? He's got one KO. It wasn't even like a flat line. It was like a bit of a shitty early stoppage. It was a bit of an early stoppage too, by the way, against Val Woodburn. An early stoppage TKO against Val Woodburn. Ooh, not even like a flat line or anything crazy. At least the guys in the main event have flat line KOs. Bo Nickal's got one TKO. There's never really been a moment where I'm like, oh, he got him on the feet there. Well, he landed like one thing on Paul Craig, I think, in his last fight, and then he was too scared to engage for whatever reason. And I still get that vibe of like Bo Nickal is not comfortable. He's not fully comfortable on the feet yet with what if Reinier de Ridder lands a hard jab, a 1-2, an uppercut, something on him. How's he going to react? We still haven't seen him take a big shot yet. He's just been either playing it safe or he's been grappling. So I don't think Reinier de Ridder is the kind of guy that's going to like allow himself to lose a shitty decision like Paul Craig. He's coming off of momentum. He's not the way he fights. He goes forward. He tries to get the sub or not to get the sub, get the takedown or just strike. He's not a Paul Craig. He's not these other guys Bo Nickal has faced. Listen to the names. I know I did the same thing with freaking didn't I do it with like Gene and Bryce there was a fight where I did Paddy Pimblett, where I was like, look who Paddy Pimblett's beating. He's not beating Michael Chandler. And then, So maybe I should just flip a coin for this fight. But in all seriousness, I still have Reinier de Ridder. I don't care. I just trust him a little more. Bo Nickal on the feet ain't that great. I got Reinier de Ridder via pretty clear 30-27 decision. A little bit of smudging. He'll do decent on the feet, but I could see Reinier de Ridder being the one pursuing the grappling exchanges a lot more than Bo Nickal will. But if Bo Nickal wins this, I'll give him full respect, and I'll say he will be something at middleweight, 100%. Honestly, if he wins this, and if he gets an impressive win, the thing is, if I had a feeling it was going to be a close fight, I would not pick Reinier de Ridder. I would just pick Bo Nickal, because of course they're not going to give a close decision to the non-star. With that being said, Reinier de Ridder ain't going to make it close, brother. we are going to 30-27 Bo Knuckle. So that's what I think. I think he's going to use his grappling, a little bit of striking. I think he's pretty solid on the feet. I know he looks goofy, but against a guy like Bo Knuckle, who's Bo Knuckle, if you're Bo Knuckle, right? Who's like a really good. If you're like a Bo Knuckle, you would want to face a guy like an Ian Gary. Well, that he's a welterweight. Like Shara Magomedov. You would want to face a guy who's gonna but he's dynamic. I'm trying to like an MVP maybe, somebody who's going to tap at your legs, like a Jeff Neal, but he's also a welterweight. Fuck, are there any good middleweights? There's no good middleweight. Robert Whittaker. You would want to face. Yeah, that's a good example. Even though I think Robert Whittaker beats Bo Knuckle, but I'm going to use his striking style as an example. If you're Bo Knuckle, you want to face a guy who's like technical and tap at the low kicks and jab to the body and jab upstairs. Reinier the Ritter ain't going to do that, bro. He's going to make it look ugly. He's going to make it look goofy. But that's not what you want to face. Anyone who has ever sparred or boxed or fought in a cage or anything in general, the worst people to spar or to fight are the sloppy ones, the crazy ones. You want to face the technical guy who's got the high guard and he's parrying your jab, and you don't want to face the guy who's windmilling and shit. Now, I'm not saying that's how Reinier the Ritter fights, but he is a bit of a goofy guy, and I could see him throwing some goofy stuff here. So, what's Bo Knuckle going to do to this guy? I really don't know, but I got Reinier the Ritter, excuse me, via 30-27, Decige, brother, Decige. Main event time, let's freaking go. Cory Sandman Sandhagen versus Deiveson Figueiredo. Super tricky. I'm going to go Cory Sandhagen. Now, I don't have to look at their records. I know what these guys have done in their last fights. Figueiredo just lost a decision to Peter Yan, a clear decision for Peter Yan, to Peter Yan. Peter Yan's obviously elite, and he's one of my all-time favorite fighters, so I am biased, but he's elite. He's the elite level, and he beats everybody at bantamweight, probably except Merab, sadly. Cory Sandhagen, he's coming off of a loss to Umar. Holy shit. He's coming off of a loss to Umar. Dana White got me, bro. Dana White. No, he's coming off of a loss to Umar. And this ain't going to be like the Umar fight. I don't think Cory's going to be scared of the takedown. Figueiredo has good takedowns, and he's very good on the ground, good jiu-jitsu, but it's not that much of a threat, man. Peter Yan, except for the first takedown, was shucking off all of Deiveson's takedowns. He did sub Cody Garbrandt, but it's Cody Garbrandt, current modern-day Cody Garbrandt, I just think Cory Sandhagen is just fast, dynamic, decent on the ground. The Umar fight wasn't a good look, I'll admit, but they're both coming off of losses, so it's not really that. I'm not gonna look into that so much because they are both coming off of clear losses. Figueiredo got his ass beat a lot more than Cory did, to be fair. Cory was in there a little bit more, he just didn't throw enough. I don't see Cory being gun-shy against Figueiredo. Figueiredo is there to get hit. He is hittable. He is very hittable, to be honest with you. But he has insane power. But I can see Cory's range and patience. Cory's very patient as well. He's very patient. He's not going to try to find the KO. He's not going to try to go for the KO. But if he finds the KO, he'll go for it, obviously, if he sees an opening for it. Whereas Figueiredo is going to try to force the KO. He's going to try to really go in there. Now, Figueiredo has dropped Peter Yan, who's never been dropped, I believe, prior to that, except maybe Sean O'Malley might have dropped him, but he dropped Peter Yan. He dropped Chito Vera as well. He's dropped almost everybody at bantamweight since he's moved up, but I could see a moment like that where Cory gets dropped, but Cory has really good recovery, really good recovery. He does get dropped, he got dropped by Peter Yan as well, but he has good recovery. And he's good on the ground, so he's not going to have to worry about oh, no, now I'm on the ground with Figueiredo. I don't want to be down there. You don't want to be there with him. He's not going to be like that. I could weirdly see now that I'm saying it out loud, it's like, why can I see Figueiredo knocking out Cory Sandhagen? I want Figueiredo to win because I think it's more exciting for this division if we get a new contender like Figueiredo, but that Green Goblin mask is talking to me. What if Deiveson Figueiredo goes out there, KOs Cory Sandhagen? Why do I have a feel? No. Cory's good, man. Cory's not gonna put himself in stupid positions to get KO'd by Deiveson Figueiredo, and he's smart. I got Cory Sandhagen by decision though. I can't see him finishing Figueiredo. Figueiredo's too tough, and I got Cory like a 4-1 decision. I could see Figueiredo winning like a round 2 or 3. Maybe having a big moment that maybe it's a close round, but then Figueiredo drops him or Figueiredo gets like a good takedown that gives him the round. But I just can't really see. I just think Cory has way too many tools to beat Figueiredo, whereas Figueiredo, he's well-rounded and he's good. He's great. He's tremendous. He's, one all-time great, right? But Cory Sandhagen at bantamweight, he's got the range. He's got great timing as well. I think Figueiredo, it could be a frustrating performance. It could be one of those where it's like the bull and the matador, where it's just kind of Figueiredo's the bull and he's trying to lock his horns in, but Cory's slick. He's elusive. He's got good leg kicks. He's gonna keep him at bay. He might mix in the grappling himself, but I can't see it too much because I don't really think he would want to be on the ground with Figueiredo as much as he would. I trust Cory. And I think he would probably feel this way himself. I think he does better on the feet than on the ground, right? It's not like Cory's some like marauder on the ground, but you never know. Maybe he might make a dumb MMA decision and try to go for a takedown and then get subbed, but I doubt that. But he might mix it in, but I don't see it being like the Rob Font fight where it's a super grappling heavy. He was injured as well in that fight, so that's why it was super grappling heavy, and I don't know. I got Cory Sandhagen by a 4-1 decision. He's just gonna out. His cardio is really good for 5 rounds as well. So is Figueiredo's again, but both guys have good chins. But it's just one of those. I hope it's a war. I hope it's a back and forth. I hope it's a fight of the year contender. We need one of these main events to be like a really great fight. Because if you look at the last couple of main events, like Usyk Moreno, kind of boring. Brady destroyed Leon, cool, but not really that exciting. It was one-sided. Ankle-eye prayer was shit. Volkan Diego was awesome, right? But that's the outlier. Islam and Moicano all the way back in 311 was shit. It's just like a lot of these are just not really. I don't know. I hope this one hits. That's all I'm gonna say. But I got Cory via 4-1 decision. Something though, there's something inside me. Pause. That makes me want to pick Figueiredo. But make sure you guys like and sub. What are your predictions? Let me know in the comments below. Did I already say make sure you guys like and sub? Yeah, make sure you guys do that. Become a member in the description. Check out my Anthony Smith video that I posted about, I think it was a couple days ago by the time this goes up, or like yesterday, 2 days ago. And yeah, check out all my videos, I guess, if you want. Leave a like, do whatever you guys want. Love you guys, and peace.